Okay. So can you tell us a little bit about your role and Seaforth Land?
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Tyler Goodwin. I'm the CEO of Seaforth Land. As the CEO, I'm responsible for, being the chief executive. So I manage all the team, and I'm also the founder. Established the business about 6 years ago now. And the business is a real estate development business and investment management business. We're regulated by the FCA, and we act as an operating partner to institutional capital, where we invest in central London commercial offices, and effectively manage institutional capital to make good investments in real estate that then helps our clients pass on those profits to their pensioners or their insurance plans, or to the sovereign wealth funds, or to their own fund capital.
And what attracted you, first of all, to real estate and made you want to actually found your own company?
Well, when I was young, I guess my first real job actually was here in England, when I was 17 years old, as a working in construction. And that just taught me about the tangibility of real estate. When you go into an old building and then you refurbish it, and 6 months later, it's a newly refurbished building. You say, "Wow, I actually had a role in that. I knocked down those walls, or I carried the concrete, the menial work that I was doing back then." But that I got the bite right then, and I also saw how design. The importance that design plays a role in it. And so I've always been fascinated about the design side of the business, but also the tangibility of the business.
What pathways are they to get into the real estate industry and your kind of role in the future?
Well, this is one of the great things about real estate, is that actually if you're wired to be a finance person, or you're wired to be a design person, or you're wired to be a marketing person or an asset management person, there are a lot of roles that you can play in the real estate industry. And so the pathway, firstly, I would say education. Most definitely go and get a degree. A degree in part is there to develop a skill, but really I believe the skill of a degree is just to show your employer that you have the self-discipline and the focus to get that degree. And once you're able to do that, then I think the most important thing is if you really know that, for instance, you're passionate about numbers and finance, then great. Your pathway should be through getting into the finance side of the business. Some people coming out of college go to they go to a surveyor, a chartered surveyor. They get their RICS qualification, so the Royal Institute of Chartered Surveyors. Others become architects first, or do property development. They go straight into project management. There are many pathways. You can go real estate investment banking, or real estate finance, or real estate private equity. It really, depends. I find out, first of all, what you're passionate about, and while you're studying, you're going to learn. If you actually take a degree that has some focus on real estate, which I definitely recommend, studying some electives while you're there, and then those pathways will kind of make themselves clearer, and you'll see what interests you and what doesn't, and try to focus on that.
Thank you. And what qualities are employers looking for within the real estate industry?
Yeah. We just recently had this, Farah, as this color profiling, called See Me, that profiles individuals. And, what's great about this is that actually a great organization should have a range of different characteristics and qualities. So, I think personality profile wise, you could be any way you want to be. Right. And the best job for you is a job that recognizes that and wants to make the best of that. And that's how you're going to be happy in your job. there are some overarching qualities that I think are really important. Certainly, one is work ethic. As a young person, you probably don't have a lot of experience to offer. So then, what can you offer? And it's work ethic and integrity. Trustworthiness, being given a task and really giving it 100% all the way through to completion, and probably humility. You want to balance that out with self-confidence and not defeating yourself with attitude. But yeah, I'd say work ethic and integrity, a degree of humility, and as well as self-confidence, balanced with self-confidence, are all really good qualities to have.
And can you tell us what your typical day or week looks like? So let's picture it not in lockdown.
Yeah, what that day. I mean, some days are absolutely crazy. I think on Friday I had a call every hour and half hour. That's one of the problems with Zoom now, is it's just so easy to schedule and block in these times. Whereas when you're back in the office, there's a period in between meetings, and there's the ability to walk around the office and go speak with somebody over there, and hey, how's this going, or how's that going? Working remotely, we were talking about self-discipline earlier. This is a great example of when you're working remotely, it requires a lot more self-discipline and structure to your day. So a typical day working remotely is sitting at my desk, Zoom calling, trying to make time. Every day I schedule some time called thinking time, just an hour. I try to use that time to actually think, which is, don't look at your emails, think about broader issues that you need to give thought to. And it really does help. So for me, I try to structure at least an hour where I just sit back and think. I'll work on a particular problem that we might be having, or issue, or mission strategy that we might be working on. When we're back to working on site in the office, our day is made up of meeting people in the agency community, originating deals, looking for investment opportunities, doing site visits, doing due diligence on those site visits. If we have a deal, an investment that's live, we might be running through the analysis on that and doing deeper due diligence on that. Working with clients, I spend a lot of time speaking with clients, but also presenting opportunities, presenting our views. Sometimes writing articles for our industry magazines. It could be anything. Public speaking. As a CEO, I need to balance the daily objectives of my business. What are my goals? I need to maintain a longer term vision for what we're trying to achieve, and keep in mind what our mission is in our business. And while doing that, also do the day-to-day stuff that comes up. And so I'd say on a good day, I'm 50% proactive, meaning making efforts on things that are helping achieve those longer term missions, and 50% reactive, which are addressing things that have come up that require my immediate attention, working with individuals to help them with their immediate issues, or with whatever their proactive goals are.
And you also do quite a lot of travel as well, don't you?
Yeah.
To generate business.
Yeah, fortunately, not as much as I used to. That's one of the benefits of being a central London focused business, is that we're really walking distance to any of our investments. But yeah, absolutely, our clients are all international, and so those clients, they may want you to go to their headquarters, or so there is a degree of travel, but not so bad, fortunately.
And lastly, what advice would you give to your 16 or 17-year-old self? or your children who are roughly around that age?
Yeah, so Tally, our daughter, just turned 18. I think for me, strange thing to say on a business recording, but I encourage meditation. I started when I was 18, and that helped get me a lot of clarity in my life. But also, being 16 or 17 sucked for me, frankly. It's a highly stressful time in your life. In one part, you really want to grow and be independent, but on the other part, you're not. You think you know how, but you really don't, and you're learning, and it's scary, and and everybody thinks that that future is coming at you hard and fast, and so if you can make the time to meditate, and for some people meditation is prayer, for other people meditation is actual meditation, or for some people it's going to the gym and exercising, and while you're doing that, in your head you're working through things, but try to find that calm place in your mind, and try to slow things down a little bit, would be really one thing I would certainly advise. The other is this is a really important time, and it's great if you can get a head start, but some of you aren't going to get a head start, and some of you may have not made the progress in your grades that you wish you had earlier on, and people may tell you, well, you've missed it, or now that you haven't got into your college, the college of your choice, the university of your choice, that you really missed that window and opportunity. And the one thing I would say to that is that's complete rubbish. And it doesn't matter if you're 16 or 17 or 18 or 19 or 20 or 25, right? We're all going to live to 100. All right, that's like, I really do believe we're very likely to have a really long life on average, and so if you think about the context of your youth, right, you're really only just starting to become an adult. So circumstances may have been such that you actually couldn't set yourself up the way you wanted to, or you didn't work hard enough when you were younger, you were messing around in school, and now you're facing a really hard choice of, okay, what am I going to do? And I've got a dead-end job and I'm just paying the bills. But if you really believe you have it in you to go to college, then go to college. And even if you do it a little bit later, go for some government assistance to get student loans or whatever it takes to achieve those objectives. Don't give up just because you didn't do it at the same time as everybody else. But if it's not college, if it's something else, if it's something that you're passionate about or you really want to pursue it, and don't give up. Now, obviously, be realistic. If you're 100 pounds overweight and you want to be a professional football player, you probably want to start with becoming fit like a professional football player, or you want to be an astronaut, you're going to have to get an undergraduate degree and a master's degree in physics or other types of engineering. So have realistic goals, but pressure yourself. I mean, put a little bit of pressure on yourself to achieve it, but recognize that timing, if it slips, it's okay. It's okay for that timing to slip, and just keep trying, keep working at it.
Well, thank you very much, Tyler, and thank you all for listening.
Great. Thanks a lot, Farah. All right. Bye.